My uncle brought his new 25-year-old girlfriend Tiffany to Thanksgiving dinner. She immediately started criticizing everything about our outdated traditions. You still use cloth napkins? That's so unsanitary, she announced, pulling out her phone to film our table. My followers are going to die when they see this vintage setup. She was live streaming our entire family dinner to her TikTok, making fun of my aunt's homemade cranberry sauce and calling my mom's stuffing basic suburban food. Oh my god, is that woman seriously hand mashing potatoes? She laughed into her phone. Who doesn't own a KitchenAid in 2025? My 69-year-old grandmother sat quietly at the head of the table, watching Tiffany mock everything she'd spent 3 days preparing. When Tiffany started filming my grandmother eating, calling her adorable vintage vibes, something shifted in my grandma's expression. Tiffany was mid-live stream, telling her audience about how poor people celebrate holidays when my grandmother suddenly stood up. Without warning, she grabbed Tiffany's phone right out of her hands. "Hey, give that back. I'm in the middle of a live stream," Tiffany shrieked. My grandmother looked directly into the camera and said in her clear, steady voice, "Hello, Tiffany's followers. I'm the vintage woman she's been mocking." The whole table went silent. I'd like you to know that this basic suburban food was made by a woman who survived the Great Depression, raised 6 children as a single mother, and worked 2 jobs for 40 years. She turned the camera toward our feast. These unsanitary cloth napkins belonged to my mother, who hand-embroidered them in 1943 while my father fought in World War II. Tiffany was frantically trying to grab her phone back, but my tiny grandmother kept moving it out of reach. The poor people at this table include a nurse, 2 teachers, a veteran, and a small business owner who employs 12 people in our community. She looked back into the camera. But most importantly, I want Tiffany's 50,000 followers to see this. She flipped the camera around to show Tiffany's purse, which was sitting open on the floor beside her chair. Tiffany has been stealing from us all evening.
You can now check part 2 by pressing share then more.